we go. In the top left, Karis Passage. They're talking about something with this. It's SHIN, who has been recently using Ragnarok again for some reason. And in the bottom right, we do have Byun playing SC2, SHIN playing SC Brood War. And I brought myself a coffee. I'm gonna treat myself to a coffee here. Yep. No, it's not bad. So he's going into a pool first. Not a super fast pool, but pool before hatch. This guy is like, he makes everybody else chatty. It's so funny. He's the master of chatting. Byun. There's the hatchery come up. So he was expecting probably a Reaper opening from Byun, but there's just a 1 Rex expand. Of course this is also a Reaper opening, but not like the 2 Rex Reaper or 3 Rex Reaper. He might have just asked, did you go 2 racks? And he's like, nope. And he's probably like, man, why didn't you? And Byun is like confused, what? What are you talking about? So he went into the early pool to counter the Reaper pressure, which isn't common. And there's gonna be 2 racks as a follow-up. But only 1 Reaper going across the map here. He's gonna take the watchtower in the south, interestingly enough, just for a split second, and then he's gonna move back. Could keep the SCV on this watchtower for a moment. Not gonna do so. Factory coming in here. So 2-1-1, potentially, for Byun. A very solid and safe build. Is he gonna play this with a 3rd command center though? On the other side, it's gonna be 3 hatch into that layer. And we can really see that the ramp up is quite slow for the Zerg here from Brood War, if he's only on 2 hatcheries. Can he catch that Reaper? I don't think so. There's 4 Marines waiting as well on top. There's no SCVs down here. Circling speed is done, but not too many links, so not the big flood. There's the Spire. I was kind of expecting this. 2 base mutas on 3 hatcheries, because you have the excess minerals from that big worker start. It's probably gonna take this very soon here. A second gas, just making drones for now, and has the links at the front to pressure a little bit and see. As long as he doesn't lose them and just keeps check on the army count, it's gonna be fine. He kind of needs the meters against, he needs them to be ready when the medevac is about here, so kind of needs to get it done very soon. Maybe he want to make a few links with this as well, so he's gonna commit to 10 more links. That's 5 more lava, that's actually a lot. It could have been 5 more drones. Kind of need to start to think more in these terms, because of course there's no injects. There's the double medevac on the way. I like the spread here from Byun on top of his ramp. Really ready against a big flood of Zerg units. And we will see the Spire complete here. And thus start the mutas. He has enough gas for 7. Needs a little bit more minerals. We'll be there very soon. So we will see 7 to 8 mutas here very, very soon. There we go. Even 1 more, maybe 9. Look at that. Oh, he went for +1, so he's not gonna have 9 mutas and a double Scourge. So only 7 mutas. There's the Marines. They don't have combat shields yet, and Byun didn't click it, not just now. Zerg is pushing out here. He's kind of catching Byun a tiny bit unprepared, and he catches the first medivac with the Scourge. He catches the whole group of Marines. Everything just dies. Well, that was a really good cleanup. That was a really good cleanup, and Byun immediately decides, alright man, we need to go scout. What do you have? What are you making? I guess I don't see much. And he's trying to kind of get the medivac out. Like, look at this thing. I'm kind of getting a little bit motion sick. If I look at the background's moving. Now mutas are trying to snipe down these Marines. They do have less... Oh, they actually only have 9 damage, so they did get nerfed again. What do they have? 33 damage, glaive worm, bounce, tech, okay. These mutas are so crazy. Yeah, they used to be even crazier. Scary because they did have 1 more damage, which they apparently got nerfed. But he's still pretty strong with these mutas. They don't spread out as much, it seems like, as the other SC2 mutas. They don't spread out as fast. It takes a while for them to slide away. The Overlord unfortunately walks into the turret as well, so that's gonna get killed off. And he kills so much with these mutas, it's insane. Look at the efficiency. This is crazy. He's gonna get the tank as well. He's gonna have +1 now. He can overpower these Marines. I think he might just win the game with these mutas, man. He just doesn't die. Look at that, and how good they're, like, how microable they are. He just trades so well right now. He could go for the add-ons here as well. He could go for the tank. GG! I can't believe it. J-Dome mutas. This was only SHIN though, but pretty good. Pretty good. Wow. Wow. That was crazy. That was really unexpected, I want to say. I like that. Next next map is gonna be Holy World. And Holy World will be an air map. I think. No, wait. Oh, no. Full turnaround. I'm sorry. Full turnaround. It's not the air map. It is the one where you start on the low ground. Your main base is in a hole. It's in a valley. It's in a ravine or whatever you want to call it. So you are low. So it's pretty good to, I guess, siege with tanks or something, right? At least that's what you think, but then it's very central of that plateau or thing inside, and it has a lot of blocking minerals and stuff. It's actually rather defendable, which is really cool. I really like this map, actually. I want to see this in normal SC2. Okay, gonna be right back 1 minute. I think I need to pick up my food here. Then we're gonna go cast this one. Alright. Let's see if we get more Jada Mutas in the second map here. Holy World, very interesting one. I want to see how this is going to play out here between these two guys in the top right position. This 4-player map, we have Ragnarok sending the Overlord into the correct location. Wow, what a cheater. And in the bottom right, we do have Byun. Of course, if he sees the Overlord himself, he knows where it came from. Can this please go away? I don't want to... Okay, there we go. Very quick. I see 2 Terran again, so yes, the loser's choice. Byun states, I want to play SC2. And that has been a trend with all the professionals from SC2. They really want to stick to their guns. They don't want to abuse the Brood War. We've seen this from time to time where players like Classic went into the Brood War race if they could. But not recently, so everybody is kind of just choosing the SC2. Because they're more familiar with them and they know how to overpower. Oh, sorry. Probably need to mute myself here. But this is gonna be some fun here, I hope. So the Overlord is gonna come in very soon here. Let's see if this is gonna get re-scouted. So it was not seen, but the Overlord, I guess. But the SV went in the correct direction anyways. So Reaper's gonna come over, it's gonna poke at the links. Let's see if he can get something done. So we're gonna see the Spire again. He went for Overlord speed there for a second, decides to cancel that because he cannot group the mutas like he wants to with that. And now, are we gonna see a repeat of the last game, basically, is my question here. We do not have any minimags. This is not a 2-1-1, it's a 3 racks opening here for Byun. He has no tech behind us whatsoever. Just going full on bio units. And he does go for the double upgrades. Now SHIN is coming in for the scout. He sees the second barracks. But he doesn't see any further. If he gets a glimpse, yeah, he sees the third one. That's all he needed to see. Now he can adjust accordingly. He's going to throw down more of these creep colonies here. More sunken colonies. He knows there's a push waiting from Byun. And it's mostly Marines, so there's no Marauders. Kind of beef this up in any kind of way. And we do see the transition happening now here. Factory on the way. And that, where's it? There it is. Engineering bay here for the +1. So let's see if he can make something happen here. Oh, sorry. He waits for combat shields, but that also means there's gonna be 6 sunkens. I don't know how many links. 6 sunken, 17 links, and we are gonna see 5 meters or something? 7 meters are on the way. There's no medevacs this time, no healing. Combat shields. Oh, he just stands in front of it. He's like, alright. I see you made 6 sunkens. That's 6 less drones. So he forced those drones by just moving out. Which is a common strategy in SC1, right? We see this all the time. You just move out, you force the Zerg sunkens, and then you go back home. And that's the damage you did. He scouts the base over there. He needs to get these guys home though. He cannot just leave them out on the map. The issue is they don't have any sustain. Oh, you can't shoot that one. Well, if he could kill that, he brings a few marines over. Only 5 though. When the meters coming in here, they're gonna start to snipe the first marines, but very quick on the stim trigger there. Won't kill a meter though on the rekill. Or on the redamage. And he brings back everything now, even that one marine that was shooting at the hatchery. He just wants home, he needs defenses. He doesn't have the turrets up and running yet. He can't even save these marines. These meters look so powerful. Do they have like more HP or something? Or armor? I don't know. They look so strong, right? They don't have any armor. I don't know, why are they so strong? And they used to have more damage, but now... This must feel so satisfying to play with these meters, man. So it gets a lot of stuff done here. We do see a few drones die. Not exactly sure to what. Oh, they went in the wrong way. They went all the way into the bunker. That's where they died. He needs to keep that alive. You don't want to lose your armor. And your NG bay here. If you lose the NG bay, you also can't make any more turrets. Which, frankly, he's not producing that many yet. But he is making one odd turret here or there. One, I think, is on the 3rd base here. And there it is, just finishing up. That muter ball, it's so efficient. Look at that. He's trading so much. Why is this so good? Like, is it the micro? Like, how they are moving? Oh, the range, maybe you're right. Maybe the 5 range. That might be it. Oh my god, he has so many meters, by the way. This is 19 meters. This is an impossible meter ball to counter. He's making Widow Mines now, but Byun is bleeding so much right now. Look at the efficiency. It's off the roof. He will even lose this upgrade. Oh my god, he can't lose the armor. Even though it's only armor, he's managing to keep that alive, but that was barely alive there, and it was almost a full upgrade going down the drains. That was a really good move there by Byun, keeping that one safe and sound here. But my god, he is so down. And we do see a Guardian transition now. This is already Hive. This is already a Great Aspire. You can always throw down an Infestation Defiler Mount thing and then go for the Defilers after this. Go to Lurkers. He's still working with the Mutas as of yet. And I think we're gonna see a Ghost transition soon here. That's why he made a Tech Lab now. A Barracks. More Barracks. He's throwing down a couple of scans, and now the Brutalized Guardians are revealed here. They're starting to chew away at this Bioforce. And we're committing here as Byun. We're coming in. Can he snipe the Guardians? He gets 2. But not anymore. He manages to set up a Widow Mine, so he kind of denies this area for now. There's no detection coming in. Of course, he did not get the Overlord speed upgrade, which he's researching right now, by the way. He will get the +2 armor there, but that was only started, so it's not that big of a deal, and it's not the attack upgrade. So luckily, Byun did not click the attack upgrade in that armory. Sorry, in that NG bay. And he will be able to get these Guardians. He will also be able to kill a bunch of these mutas. Oh, if he happens to walk into the mine. Oh, God! That was so much damage. 3 kills. And all of them to half HP. They don't have the crazy regeneration rate from the SC2 mutas. Oh, that was a big shot. I can't overstate this. That was so much damage. This might be the thing that keeps Byun inside the game here for a long time. If we have a long game. But that Widowmine shot, he doesn't even kill the Widowmine. He could have killed it. It was visible. It's not like it's an invisible unit right now. He just gets out. He's still working with mutas. It's 22 mutas right now, but they're starting to die off. And as the better the bio gets, the more support they get, like the Vikings poking at the mutas constantly, the better this whole composition gets against this Mutaflog. Link's coming in right now. We do have a Widowmine. Very good shots there at first. The other ones, unfortunately, hitting with a lot of friendly fire. They're killing a lot of the bio units off. And in the end, everything is cleaned up here from Byun. But that was finally... Look at the efficiency now. We were up 4,000 resources almost. We're back as Byun. This is not good, but we're getting there. So Byun is kind of starting to stabilize here. He's throwing down a 4th command center right now. He's getting back out on the map. He has a couple medevacs sneaking around to the west side there, which is completely in the dark here for Ragnarok. He has no spotters over there at all. We have a lot of turrets still set up, and he runs into the same mine. I can't believe it. 8 kills. It used to be, that was 5 more kills on that shot, which you just heard. I thought this already moved away, but he still had it over there. And in the end, he gets 5 more mutas with that one hit. When we kind of look quick look here, he just lost 1 to the Marines here, and that was 5 to the Widowmine shot. Oh my god. So SHIN definitely, excuse me, with a bunch of mistakes here. And now the Overlords have speed, so they're kind of running in. We do have the double drop hitting the north here, and it is starting to kill some hatcheries. That's a lot of production going down here for SHIN. That's where most of his hatcheries actually are. So really good. And he also sees the Ultralisk Cavern. I don't think he has the time to go for that. He's gonna try to fight the army and try as good as he can right now. Very nice position here, I think. And this was a super worthwhile drop, even though you can still long distance mine here technically. He killed 2 hatcheries. He got rid of 2 of the production facilities. Look at this freaking insane wall of spines. Oh my god. The Ultralisk Cavern got scouted. That's also a very necessary maneuver for him. Oh, I wonder why he's taking this on the outside. Like, you can mine out this rich mineral field and mine from inside. So he's taking it on the outside, which makes it winnable. He's trying to get more turrets up inside his main base, funny enough, so he can finally retake that geyser. But that's not happening. This Widowmine finally got taken care of, but it got 8 kills before. That killed 1,600 minerals and gas, basically resources, right? They're 1 Widowmine. That's an insane value mine. Oh, he might just run into another group of mines. Now finally has a bunch of overlords with this Mutaflog, so he won't fall for the mines again. We see another drop here to the north. Byun is finally starting to really get into his groove. The multitasking is off the roof here. He has another drop here again at that base with the Ultralisk Cavern. The hatchery in the northwest got cancelled, and this guy stuff group needs to stim. We still have these 4 Guardians from earlier, and they're starting to shell away at this base here and at the army. Byun is still fighting on every front here. Man, there's a lot of action going on right now, and these mutas are starting to get low. He still has the Marines here. We need to see the Ghost Transition coming very soon, though. This is not going to be winnable with only mutas, I think. And Guardians. The Guardians, as great as they are... Oh, actually, the Widowmine must have killed 2 of them. Very good hit there again. And he is with Drilling Claws now, with the Invisible Mines. It's going to be very nasty for Ragnarok to get rid of those. The mutas fly into the Marines again. The Marines with 2-2 now are very formidable against the mutas. And you can really see how they kind of outscale the mutas eventually with the upgrades, just because of that stim. And we finally see a Thor in the mix here with that army. This planetary, under attack by so many +2 Zerglings here, is gonna fall. Wow, that was a very close call, but these Lings really have fire under them. The Guardian, one lone Guardian, 10 kills. He's gonna be killed by a Viking now. We still see this Mutas here picking off more and more SCVs. If they run into another Widow Mine though. Now +3 did finish up. Byun, it's gonna be super powerful. It's really cool. You see how he's microing this. If you look at below the Mutas, most of the times, if he wants to split the damage, he uses a patrol command. And if he wants to focus fire, he uses an attack command into the actual unit. He actually clicks the unit. But if he doesn't want to, if he wants to distribute the damage but not spread the Mutas out, he uses a patrol key. So that's how you keep them stacked, I guess. Now we do see the, oh god, the Defilers here, and they have enough. They just consumed some stuff, so they have enough for some, not blinding clouds, dark swarms here. The Mutas are really starting to thin out in numbers. Another drop here to the north is going to deny another base. The Ultralisks are ready though, and they have their upgrades. They have speed, they have the carapace. And now all they need, you need to throw down a dark swarm. There we go, there's one. Oh, did he accidentally click 2? Might have been the case. We see a lot of damage going off everywhere here. The base in the top left did get killed off, so good for the Marines, and they did all drop out, so they want to trade against these Mutas. Ultra's trying to get in here. We still don't have any ghosts yet, and the Marauders are lacking concussive shells, but part of the army is just going to this base, just trying to fight there, while the rest is gonna stay here and keep these units at bay, kind of. And this base will fall. He might even kill both of these bases. He could drop over a few units and really get the damage going there. He's starting to focus fire these Ultralisks. Very nice focus fire. A lot of Marauders in the mix. So he's actually killing a lot of these Ultras before they can do anything and connect to the army. Remember, no fungal to keep the units in place. He would need a Queen with Ensnare for that. But that's not happening here. He will clean this up eventually, but not before losing a lot. And this army actually did get moved back into the center. It is here now to try and reinforce. By the way, you can infest this command center. You can make infested Terrans in this map without grabbing a command center from your opponent. Now this is kind of funny, they are unkillable. The one Thor is like shooting away at 5 overlords or 6 overlords here. Very slowly with this AoE anti-air. He gets one. We see another engage here. Ultralisks without any support. Only Lynx are not gonna cut it. He really needs the Defilers with that Dark Swarm, or else he's not gonna have a good time. Plague here now on that Bioforce. He's starting to use... Why is he standing under the frickin' thing? Oh, he eats a Defiler. I can't believe it. He's gonna throw a Dark Swarm. Not really sure why. Probably wanted to throw a Plague there. Oh, now coming in with the Mutas would be amazing, killing so many units here. That Thor, does it tick down? I think it's not... It won't last long enough on a Thor. The Thor has too much HP to actually become at 1 HP. I'm not sure, we need to check the tooltip. So 50 HP-ish. Does the Dark Swarm... Sorry, the Plague tick for 350 damage? That's a lot. I don't think it was that high. It's almost 300 damage. Oh, he ate a freaking Defiler. Misclick here. And the mine is maybe gonna connect. Okay, that was very close though. Oh, he's gonna get a few good mine shots here. On top of this. And ooh, that was a nice burrow there to save a lot of these units. You instantly spread them a little bit and not have them as stacked. Now this base is under threat. 35 SCVs over here, so that's gonna be a lot of dead SCVs, a lot of dead workers. He should have picked up a bunch of those. He's evacuating like 5 to keep it, like 5 is alive. Why was he on the other side anyways? I'm not sure what he's doing there. I mean, he can have the geysers over here as well. Like, what are you doing, Byun? But Byun is dropping over here. He's constantly denying the space. SHIN is out of money. This is all he has right now, mining. Look at that. He's hurting for money. And this is basically the last force he can muster. I don't think he has enough to overpower Byun, but Byun is the same. This is out of money. That was the last mining base of Byun. Byun still has a very formidable army though. And he is back to mining again. Mules are gonna save the day for him. And these 5 Marines from earlier here coming back, denying the last base for SHIN, at least for a moment. SHIN trying to retake another base here in the top left position, and we are gonna see the last 3 Mutas here. But there's gonna be one turret eventually. The Defiler could eat these Mutas. Throw down a Plague if he really wants to. He's not gonna do so. I think a Plague on all of the medevacs would be really sick, actually. But we see a few Marines being dropped over here, so the only 2 mutas do remain. What a slugfest of a game. The Ultralisk cabin has actually been killed off. 250 links have died in this game. GG is called. Ragnarok has no way to reproduce any of his units. It's gonna say, alright bro. Alright bro, I'm done. Let's go next. 1-1. After what a game. Okay. What? Right? I got a little bit too excited over there, I think. But that was a really intense game. Next game, we will finally see the SC Brood War Terran go up against the SC2 Zerg. So we will have a switch of the races here. Stay hydrated, guys. Make sure to have enough water. It's getting warmer these days. At least where I live. Make sure to don't be underhydrated. 1-1 in this crazy series so far between Ragnarok in the top left and Byun in the bottom right here of Death Valley. We're quickly gonna go through these. There we go. And what are they displaying? They're displaying these assimilators. It says gate. And what it means is, if you kill one of these, you will block this. And maybe it's 2. One should block like half of the path. That means only like small units can fit. Links, zealots, SCVs, workers, stuff like that. Maybe stalkers. I don't think Archons can fit. Tanks, Thors, they should be impossible to get through Ultralisks. And if you kill both, it's gonna be full block. And you can take this base and play the north side of the map. So this map has a very specific feature. As you can see, if you look at this, there's no ramp that leads into the left part of the map. So this north area is actually completely sealed off from the bottom, from the south area. What is this, by the way? Oh, there's another command center, so he could take that if he wants to. I hope he knows this. Oh no, he's not Brood War. Oh, I'm so sorry. But yeah, all of these bases here in the bottom, you can access this if you mine through the minerals, mine these out and just make bases down here. But all of these bases, they are for later, kind of, in this, at least in how these players are going to choose to play this. And already we see mining out here for Ragnarok is going to start. You will take this base down here and you will go for a very fast third base with this. And like, if you don't mine this out and want to have a third base as a Zerg, you already need to take this super forward base. It's so far away. So it's a very interesting, map here, very interesting concept. I want to see something like this in SC2, honestly. I'd love to see something like this. So we have a 3 racks opening here for Byun. Just gonna make a lot of Marines. And yeah, so for example, like we were talking about these assimilators earlier, right? What you could do is, you could just block this off. If you ever lose the north side, you can just decide to kill these assimilators and then have a permanent block. It's not like you can do anything with that. It's a permanent block against a low ground attack from here. So you would need to siege with tanks, for example, from here, and you can of course drop up, but you can't really retake this as well as the Zerg, right? If you do that, for example. So I'm not sure how good that is, right? There's a lot to it to block it off. For example, if you are the Terran right now and you decide to immediately start playing on the bottom side of the map, and you just block this off, if you lose the north, well, the Zerg has a lot of melee units. They don't have that crazy range units. Guardians could be crazy from this side, but you can kind of relocate even the production facilities. You can just make have like a few groups of units over here and be ready to take on anything that wants to try to come onto the high ground. You can keep this even safe with tanks yourself. Tanks and Vikings against like Guardians and anything. But we're not, of course, talking here as I'm talking the other way around right now. So against Broodlords, you could be using like Wraith and Valkyries and tanks and stuff, or Goliaths. We're seeing the comsats now being added on. Comsat stations. And Engineering Bay coming in here. First couple of medics are out. We do have Stim on the way. Range is yet to be researched to get that additional range up. There should be a range upgrade for Mutas in SC2, right? I think we need that. Honestly, like, they slightly buffed the Mutas. There should be a range upgrade. I think we need to make that go. And it should not be on Hive. It should be on Lair. It should just be an upgrade in the Spire. Maybe like make it a little bit expensive, 200, 200. And you make it in the Spire so you cannot get damage at the same time. But I feel like you want to have something like that. Like +1 range for the Mutas. For StarCraft 2 as well. That would be so sick, wouldn't it? Kinda want to see that. Now, range here on the way for the Marines. And we do see +1 attack for Bayer coming in. I love to see some Firebats. They look really good, actually. Firebats have a lot of damage. Versus Light 8. And they have 3 attacks. So 8 times 3. That's a lot of damage against Light. Yeah. And there we go, he's gonna shoot down that scouting link. Now Ragnarok hasn't really been expanding that much here into the bottom. He's really pushing the creep in the north. He doesn't really do much with the south as of yet. Now, Byun is playing into the north, and that was seen by the Overlord scouting and everything, the drone scouting, so he knows he kind of needs to be active here on this upper side of the map more than on the lower side, but Byun could always go down there if he chooses to do so. He can always mine that out. Oh, the Firebat is going to try to do a lot of damage to his Banes, but in the end he can't really kill them fast enough, and he needs the Firebats really to kill off these links exactly like this. Look at how crazy that tail end of that engage was. The Firebats just freaking eating away the links there. A specialist. A Firebat specialist. It's been a while since I've seen one. Really good. On the tail end there. Unfortunately, Byun not really able to make any headway. It's going into his 1-1 upgrades. Going to play a lot of bio here. Already going up to 7 barracks. If I see this correctly. I don't think there's another one anywhere. And he will go into the tanks as well. And we probably will see some radiation. Irradiates come in here as well. So we should see the vessel transition very soon as well. Hatchery on the way. I want to see a third base from Byun though. He's making a couple more barracks first. And hopefully then go into a base. He's mining this out, but he's skipping the rich mineral field, so it's gonna take a while before he can actually get through there. That's a bad scan. Like, what? Are you here? But yeah, he has no presence over here whatsoever. And this is completely exposed. There's not even creep. There's now finally 3 links, there's 1 Overlord. He's actually gonna mine this out, not to expand down here, but he wants to push down here. And that's why he's not mining out the rich mineral field, that's why he mines out the normal one, so he can actually get units through. I don't think the tank can fit this yet, so he needs to mine the next one, and that's actually a big issue. As you can see, the tanks are kind of going north here. Yeah, he's gonna defend his position here in the north with these tanks. In the meanwhile, he is pushing onto the left. Oh, he does miss the Overlord, but he sees it. And he will get the kill. But it also means that he knows that this is not unscouted anymore. So we immediately see the rotation here for Ragnarok coming into the left side of the map. And Byun is just holding the watchtower for now. He can't really push any further because he he is scouted, and he knows his opponent has enough units to definitely fend him off. Are we gonna see any Infestors? I feel like against so much bio, especially with no combat shields, like 2 fungals and everything's dead, right? 25, that's 50 damage. You don't need 3, you only need 2. Science vessels though are here. Irradiate is gonna be... he's not researching it, he needs to research Irradiate. I hope he doesn't miss this. He's already going ahead with the science vessel. He will probably notice now. He'll probably try to click it. That didn't work. No, he still didn't do it. So the only thing he can utilize this for now is Defense Matrix. Defense Matrix, of course, is still pretty good. but he needs to wait a few seconds longer for that, and it doesn't actually kill a unit. You're also taking this lower ground base here for Byun. Will be intercepted though from SHIN for now. Denied for a little bit. Marines coming back here are completely gonna thin out these links. Not that many medics, to be honest. Only 6. I guess it's a good number. You have about 1 medic, or 2 medics per group is always the thumb rule. So 10 Marines for 2 medics. I guess he's actually low a bit on medics, so yeah. The medics move better in SC2 engine, but they actually are not as strong as I feel like as in Brood War. In Brood War they feel a little bit beefier and stronger. Oh damn, tank shots. So he's just setting up a big force over here, a big presence with the tanks, and he's gonna start to hold this high ground, but this is opening 5 bases to SHIN, and potentially this base in the north here as well. Irradiate coming online finally, so the vessels are gonna start to have some value time very soon here. Gonna start to irradiate some of these key units first, and maybe even things like queens, do the eraser. There's a lot of things you can do with that. 10 seconds away, +2 infantry weapons, slowly sieging in here. Doesn't have high ground vision right now, but the tank is in range of the drone line. Irradiate is ready. What is he gonna choose to irradiate here? This base is under threat, and this is a huge army. 2 Firebirds pushing in. I'm not a big fan of this, but he does get rid of the queen. On the other side, there's an attack here. A lot of banelings are busting this open, and the tanks did get moved to the attack, so there's nothing defending this. That only that one bunker was there, and this is really dying off. Now we do see a bunch of blinding clouds here. Where's the irradiates? I'm not sure. He might have already used them. The vessels are just hovering around here for now. Marines now trying to clear out this low ground again, but that was a lot of dead SCVs. 20 SCVs did fall. Oh, he's killing his own bio there. The eraser now to go above the units, but there's a bunch of queens. I'm not sure what he's doing here. Byun definitely with questionable choices. He does push through and kill this base, but he needs to fall back. He cannot lose this army because the other side is barely stabilizing right now. So he needs to probably set up another bunker or something. He's locked at 110 supply right now. He needs to throw down supply depots yesterday. It's finally starting up some. He lost like 10 supply depots or something around here. 8. Look at that. That's 800 minerals as well. That's a bunch of... That actually gets very expensive at that point. Now he's trying to fall back here on the left side of the map. Can he make it to safety though? These ultralisks look very tanky there. No defense matrix, no irradiate. He's starting to throw down an irradiate now on that ultralisk, but he doesn't really like have anything to deal with it. He's trying to run, but the ultra, if it gets close, is gonna frickin' kill the Marines even. Now they will survive and will manage to take down that ultra, but he completely lost this position. SHIN in the meantime did take the top center base, so he did expand into that direction, and all of the reinforcements from Byun are just going into this north area again. I feel like SHIN is playing this correctly, just like playing whack-a-mole with the army from Byun. And wherever he comes, he's gonna move there, and then he's gonna just whack a mole when it comes up. And oh god, this vessel has 2 HP, 1 queen touch from death. And he just has enough unit retention. If you take a look at the trades, it's not that big in favor of Byun. He's not efficient enough. He has the vessels potentially, but never really got a lot done with the irradiates. He wasn't trading those out. The energy, it's supposed to be a lot for you. And yeah, he's losing his army again. He just can't keep it together. Then losing that big chunk of SCVs and that kind of pacing, where he wanted to take a 4th base kind of, but then he lost the full mineral line. So he's scanning the areas now. He's looking for like, how far ahead are you? Am I dead? Am I really dead? Can I make more barracks? I'm gonna make more barracks. So it wouldn't be Byun if we would have less than 9 barracks per game. So we're gonna go there now. The Firebirds against Ultralisks, I think they don't deal any damage. So they have reduced damage against armors. It's 2.7. So there was a Ling attack here into this area. So nothing to defend. That's why I GG'd. Let's quickly check the numbers here. All right. So we had 2.75 on +3 attack. against 6 armor, right? That's probably every... Oh, I think every attack has to do half a damage or so. So every other attack it deals damage. So he has to shoot an Ultralisk 1,000 times, not counting regen, to kill it with fire bats. 1,000 times. 1,000 times. Is that crazy? 1,000 times. 1,000 shots. And not counting the regen. Like the fuck? You need 1,000 firebats to one-shot an Ultralisk at +3. Was that even +3? I didn't check. It was 6 armor. Damn, man. Who's gonna... Like, you can't even make 1,000 firebats, right? You can only make like 200 if you're really crazy. And that would still take 5 shots to kill an Ultralisk, but he would regen during that time, so we need 6 shots. There you go. And it's impossible because they don't even have the range, right? What the F? The Ragnarok looking really good here. And has to play Brood War again. As SC2 is being chosen here by Byun. I'm looking forward to see some Mutas again. Hopefully we get there. We're gonna play Golden Wall here. That means a little bit more of a close by air situation, and I'm hoping Mutas, man. I'm hoping Mutas. Should be a good map for Mutas. That's a wall, I guess. That's the Golden Wall. So these are 7 minerals. And this map is a little bit different from the one that was in the letter. There is no like wallable gold base here, but rather there's 2 normal bases. And then there's like this high ground to this area, and this base is way further away from here than that. I think it used to be over here or something. So it used to be super close to that gold base, and I think there used to be like a base here and then one base over here. I'm not exactly sure, but it's a little bit different in this lower section here, I think. And it might be different over here as well. I don't think so. I think this is the same, but yeah. It's been a while, so I'm not really sure. We'll need to check that again. So command center first here for Byun, and that's on the high ground, so interesting choice. And I think, excuse me, what he's gonna do is he's gonna mine out this, and he's gonna take the gold with this. It's a very interesting way he set this command center first. Now, is he gonna go 2 rags, 3 CC off the command center first? It could be a possibility. On the other side though, Ragnarok, what he's gonna do here? I said already I want to see some Mutas again. He will be able to scout that fairly easily with the Overlord, I think. It's interesting, how is Byun gonna pull a few SCVs? I mean, this is 28 minerals. You can mine from a gold base for a little while. So it's gonna be faster mining. That's 3 trips, I think. You can very slightly boost the mineral income there. I don't think you're gonna pull SCVs though. Unless you want to just mine this out very fast. But yeah, it's gonna start to just mine through with 1 SCV here. And Overlord is gonna peek in. He will see that base very soon, and he also sees the position. That means it's like, what are you doing, friend? 2 SCVs already down here. I'll start to mine out the gold minerals here. I wonder if he completely opens this up. I don't want to see that happen, but maybe like a 4 patches should be fine. So he will now float this down. He will just take over this base. And look at that, Ragnarok. I mean, he needs macro hatches anyways, right? So he's just gonna make 1 over here. So we will also use these mineral fields to boost his income. Very cool. Very cool to see. No one is actually going for the gold. And wow, Ragnarok is gonna open this. He only brings 1 drone, so he needs to go again. But he will open this up, so this is gonna be connected very, very soon. And both players can access the lower part. And I think Byun's gamble is not gonna... It's not gonna pay off. Like, he could have walled this, for example. He did wall his main ramp, and he wants to play in the bottom area. Ooh, excuse me. He's gonna shoot this Overlord. He will see this from the high ground. That's nice here for him. He's gonna kill that. And that's actually supply blocking. That's a really good Overlord kill. When we see there was no lava available, so only now starts the second Overlord here. for Ragnarok. Still not mind this through, by the way. You really want to get that open as fast as possible, unless you want to be siege tank push there in like 2 minutes. So that needs to be a priority here for Ragnarok very soon, to get that open up and ready for an engage for himself. We do see the spy on the way though, so I'm gonna get my wish and we will see the Mutas again. For the high range. Lovely stuff. I think Mutas only have 4 range, maybe only have 3 range in SC2, so very close, and they have 5. So they look so powerful. It's actually insane. They have the same range as the Marines. I guess they have, yeah, the same range, right? 5 range. So that's why they're so super strong. And 7 meters it is again. Still not mind this open. He did open up this field, of course. And Byun doesn't exactly know this yet, so he might think, is your back door open? Actually, it's not. And he hasn't mined this out, so this is a retreat point for Byun. He can just stay on that low ground with a few units and just keep his army safe. Also, there's no watchtower here. I think there used to be like a vision tower. Byun is just gonna come in with a boost, just gonna scout, like, hey, what are you making? There could be, this is very risky, there could have been like a Scourge in these eggs though. And he's just like, alright man. Oh no man. So picks up, then he runs away again as he sees the mutas over here. No combat shields yet. Turns around and fights, but doesn't get a muta yet. And the Lynx are coming in. The Marine was looking at that. He kind of hoped to help that, hold that, hold that down. But it was already open up, so now this drop isn't looking as great. He will still get the Marines out. Can he get a muta though? Very nice pull-aways here from Ragnarok. He's gonna keep every single muta alive and he will kill this whole drop. Wow. That's a pretty good cleanup. Medivac is gonna run away to the north here, so it's gonna buy some time, at least for Byun. Really like this move, and Byun is not happy. Shigo or something, he says. And Ragnarok is very happy, as you can see. He's laughing his arse off. Widowmine is gonna get diffused by these Lynx here. Can Byun hold this one, or is the series gonna end very abruptly? So far, the Lynx are coming in here, but the Marines are holding strong. And only mutas are left. It is a lot of mutas though. They are gonna have +1, but not anytime soon. Oh, 1 Widowmine! No. So this is very well defended here. 2 Widowmines there. No Overlord, of course. No Overseer available. No Overlord speed, so he needs to start to research that. That's gonna take a while. Widowmine is actually super viable here as a muted defense for SC2. And those Marines falling down here. Poor guys. Like, if acid wasn't enough yet, they're gonna also fall into the river. Oh, if you could get a double connection here on these mutas. We'll get the reactor. And as much as I like Widowmines being a viable option against mutas, they're only gonna be a zoning tool, really. And Ragnarok can kind of just, look at that. He can kind of just fly around and pick up things as he likes. Oh, there's a double mine set up here as well. There's 2, see? So if he goes in from the north, he's gonna have a very bad time. He could lose all of these mutas in one swoop. He's going for Queens and Ensnare here. We see the Ensnare upgrade and the Queens on the way as well. So this game might be a little bit different from the other ones. Should also impact the attack speed of the Marines, and that quite heavily. It's probably about as bad as just reducing stim, or even worse. Big ball of mutas here. Starting to pick away at more and more marines, but the armory is about to finish up, and that's when we're gonna get to Thor most likely, and then he will also probably go into that Widowmine upgrade for the drilling claws. I really like this combination. Just need you make a Thor, get the upgrade, and then you swap it back again. You have that one Thor to keep the meters at bay if they chase your army, and then you have the mines to really kill them if they ever engage. So we do see the mines get rid of that Ling here at the entrance. There's an ensnare though, it doesn't really hit. It only hits a bunch. We can actually check the attack power, yeah, so it's nerfed down. It doesn't fully nerf it, so the stim does reduce. So it's basically getting rid of stim. The ensnare nullifies stim. That's what it does. And this last ensnare was really not hitting the mark here. So Ragnarok is having a difficult time defending his base. He doesn't have anything on the ground, no links to complement these 20 meters. Oh god, it's 28 meters. What the F. But that's the third base from SHIN, and Byun just took that out. Now he's gonna go over and scout in the north. He's gonna scout this base, then he's gonna over here. And he finds the base, so now he just needs to go over there and kill it. But it's not too many marines left over. Can he make that happen? What is this? SHIN is making a hidden base. Now these marines will get cleaned out. This Ling attack with this is gonna be enough. With the mutas, no queen energy already it seems. So no ensnare, no nullification on that stim, but he will just overpower with the mutas. He will trade a few mutas to finally get rid of this marine bulk. He lost like 11 mutas at this point, but yeah, as you can see only 60 links, so he never really made a bunch of links there. Only muta. Muta man. He still didn't mind this out, by the way, so Byun has free reign. And he's gonna grab a gold base. You know, I wouldn't even hate to see a bunker over here. He's only on 2 orbitals, which is very interesting, and that's gonna be a planetary, I feel like. Or is he gonna make an orbital? It feels like a planetary, right? It's only a command center as of yet. And we see the Thor in production here. Still has to get the drilling claw upgrade. Should do that very soon as well. And he's so occupied in microing against these meters. It's interesting how micro intensive this matchup is. It's really crazy. Finally the overlords are coming in here to get rid of these widow mines. But that's when the Thor hits the field. See a medevac going there to the north base. Not a lot of defenses set up. He snipes the overlords, so no more detection against the widow mines. Turrets are gonna be killed off quite easily though, and the wall was open. And we do have, oh man, those mines needed to retarget. That was not the greatest hits. Now there's the Thor finally getting big shots there into the cluster of mutas. And not that much did go down. On the other side, we do see actually these marines taking out the whole mineral line. 16 drones fallen almost. And he might even kill that hatchery. He's gonna stim again. He did lose the medevac. So there's no staying power with this force, but they are done. He's gonna kill as many meters as he can. He gets 1, I think. But that was worthwhile. 1 drop to kill off a base and full saturation with that? Yes. Take it any day. Now Byun is pushing across the map. Can he close this one out already? I don't think so. There's a lot of defenses here. The Phyla Mound though is not ready. He's trying to stim in here, trying to get a boost on speed. And we do see the meters run into another Thor here, trying to catch the reinforcements. The Thors are really anchoring this, and SHIN is just gonna give up and say, alright Byun, you get this one. I'm gonna play SC2 to beat your Brood War next game. Is what he's saying. Let's see if it's gonna happen, I don't know. And I'm correct, at least that's how the matchup works. But then we still need to see if this is gonna be... Who's gonna win this, right? I don't know. Could be anyone. They have been kind of trading wins. But if they just trade again, it should be SHIN. Took the first and the third map, I want to say, so it would be his turn to win again. let's jump in the bottom center of Mothership, 3-player map. Again, we've got Ragnarok, and in the top leftish position, it is Byun playing Brood War here. SHIN playing SC2. That was an awfully early drone here being pulled. It was idle quite some time. Command center on the way here. So command center first for Byun. He's playing this a little bit risky. And drone for Ragnarok is gonna go scout. And it will hit the correct base, I think. He scouts the middle only, maybe. That would be perfect for Byun, but it doesn't happen. He actually goes over, and we'll see the commands, and he can harass that. But this SCV has 60 HP, so that's gonna be a while. Yeah, I still think you need to pull at least a couple SCVs there as Byun. Only pulling one so far. There's the second one. It's just gonna be for another barracks. But he does deny the drone from killing that SCV, so that's good on him. Triple Rex follow up here into the refinery for the eventual upgrades from that academy, which is gonna follow very soon. Got the money, should be setting that up now. Oh no, he's actually gonna go into a second refinery first. Yeah, but 3 Rex, you definitely want to play that academy. It's not like he's just gonna throw down a factory now and make nothing but mech units. There's the academy. It's funny that you also need, like, you need this also for ghosts and the covert ops. So it's very interesting. The academy contains upgrades for infantry, Terran infantry units. Like, let's have a quick look at this building. Like, how does it look? Oh, like, that's an academy. I get it that they are researching there, but that's like an academy, so it's supposed to give you academic advantages. It means people are studying down there. It's for academics. Yeah. Okay, so Roach Warren on the way here for Ragnarok. So far only being on the 3-hatch setup. It's gonna finish up very soon. Queens have already been injecting there, and the creep is pushing out. That's something that you don't have to deal with as the SC1 Zerg, or playing against the SC1 Zerg. We have the engineering bay coming up here as well. A scan to kill the Overlord. Well, why is he not dropping a mule? Because he can't. It's literally just a scan. You will see the Roach Warren, which is a very good indicator of where the game is headed. And honestly, I think it's a defensive one. 5 to 7, my guess. You could make more, of course. But I don't see this going into a big Roach game. Maybe he does it. We don't know. Oh, maybe he snipes the Roach Warren. But you definitely need that Roach Warren here against this push. Finally, Roaches do spawn, and he's already going back to drone in. He sees the Marines walk back. He only loses 1 Marine. He almost kills a Queen. He damages the Roach Warren, and that's about it. Doesn't get an Overload, unfortunately. He does forge 7 Roaches, I think. Yep, exactly. And that's gonna be it for now. The layer's on the way. The evolution chamber's on the way here. Should probably see some carapace. Maybe he's gonna go into some attack upgrades. We need to wait for that one. But I can just see him go into carapace and go into a link style very soon. He needs to add that speed though, and since he's not doing that, yeah, he might just keep on producing roaches. So we see 4 more roaches on the production tabs. Probably going to be 1+1 missile attack. No, proves me wrong again. Let's go for carapace. Let's see what he wants to do with the lair. Just roach speed or anything else coming in here. He can still morph into ravagers. He can also just make a infestation pit, get some fungals out to assist. Roaches pushing in here, but a lot of DPS there on these marines. They don't have the range upgrade yet. Oh, the medics are blocking that one marine. Can he make it home? He finally gets through. He pushes through the 2 girls. And he makes it home. As they're just a little bit slower because they cannot use drugs. This is a child-friendly stream? I guess not. Infestation pit on the way. I really like this choice. A second evolution chamber. Curious to see if it's gonna be just that missile upgrade. He will go into the roach speed, so we're kind of expecting this at this point. Overseer is gonna get killed off, and you're very happy as a turn to always have a free scan kind of around. Because you don't have to spend the energy on mules. Are we gonna see some bailing landmines? He's actually going into link speed now. He's going into the +1 attack on melee. Just add a spore, just go into a hive. So it was just a few more roaches. Making a few ravagers as well. And 1 infester. So you can get a fungal and get like a good engage on top of the marines. And then he's gonna bring in lings. Oh, that's a nice interception here. Drone goes down. And this also pulls the army to the north. So this on the south here. The medic's leading the charge, kind of funny enough. Should be able to kill this hatchery. Really well done here by Byun. It kind of happened to be that way, but that was a really good move. And Infester needs to get a clump here. Oh, he's gonna cancel this one. +100. He's gonna save him the money. He just cancels that. You don't know what's gonna spawn there, so if you wait and it's an Ultralisk, you're gonna be screwed, but it can't be really at this timing. I'm not sure why he's opening that. We'll give him his opponent another path to attack him. He has a small group here to the north, only 1 medic though. And we'll get into a nice position here behind the minerals. Ragnarok doesn't really want to engage there, she's just gonna wait this out for now. And he will go in eventually, after everything's healed up. Very nice of him to wait. He will just overwhelm that. Oh, the biles are not gonna connect. Man, Byun could just take this here. He's so much up in supply right now. Oh no, actually he's down in supply. But he has a very big army. That's a really good fungal though. He's gonna get a few biles connect as well. And he will get that base cancel. That's the 3rd base though for Byun. And Byun is gonna kill a 4th base here for Ragnarok. No cancel. Ragnarok has another force on the way. And ultras are on the way. We do have a radiate though. But he doesn't have the vessels yet at the front, I think. Only 1 maybe. Yeah, there's 1 with enough energy now. Could just do it on one of the Ravagers. But now he sees the Ultralisk. Gonna throw it hopefully down on an Ultra or on a Ravager, I don't care. Do it. He's gonna settle for an Ultralisk. That's a lot of damage to that Ultra. 250, so that's gonna halve that Ultra's life. And he's keeping the reinforcements from getting across the map with this link force right now. Not sure if this army is gonna be able to survive this though. We see reinforcements come in, and ideally you want to pounce before they come in. Kindness plating is gonna be ready in 5 seconds. That's gonna be before 2-2. That's so huge. It's a big timing advantage here. If he immediately goes, and he does, 3, 2, 1. Most of the buyer still lives. +2 did just complete, so they are gonna pack a big punch here, but they already wasted a lot of shots there on +1 only, unfortunately. And all of the medics did just get killed off. So these Marines, grossly overstimmed here, are gonna try to guide back, but every time an Ultra touches them, they're gonna kill so many because they have some splash damage. The cleave damage is really big here. No medics in sight for Byun. He only makes Marines because he's Byun. No, jokes aside, but seems like he's gonna get pushed back all the way to home, and I'm not sure if he can actually hold this one. He does kill another base here, but this army, again, these Ultralists, they're really hard countering these Marines with that cleave damage, and it feels so hard to actually push them back. Oh, the bites! Oh, so he gets only a few, but these Marines are so low. Bunker's gonna burn down here as well. I'm not sure. That factory might have been in a really bad spot where a tank didn't pop or something. Byun is technically gonna survive. He's gonna make another factory. We do have a contaminate on one of these factories. Command center on the way here. Byun is scrambling to stay alive. I feel Ragnarok just needs to choose how he wants to win this game. He's going to 3-3 upgrades right now. He's going into Burrow. He still lacks the Baneling Nest, but he gets up 2 more bases, and he just needs to hold them. He still has a lot of income right now, so it should be fine. These irradiates, they could be very painful here. He might just choose to irradiate one of his science vessels, and then stick over those guys. He's not irradiating anything right now, which I don't like. He has the energy, why is he not doing it? There's an infester, and it would be a single irradiate target. Oh, he tried to free the SCV, but the SCV didn't get out because it's really stuck there. Between the machine shop and... oh, I guess it's not stuck at all. It looked so stuck, and then it just walks out. Okay, so he's still gonna irradiate the Ultras. I guess there's one irradiate on the Spellcaster here, one on the Ravagers. But the Ravagers it doesn't do that much damage. No, Byun is getting biled down. The tanks are dead. One more irradiate here on an Ultralist, but that's gonna be sent to the front. It's just gonna kill itself through the bio units there, and everything's gonna fall on the low ground in that time. Ragnarok, aka SHIN, does take this series. Woo, that was a long one. That was a long one.